Actually, another interesting thing from the same session was this is something that follows me around, and maybe this will help some people. But like every time I'll really need silence to focus in that way, some kind of construction will start. I swear, I swear. To even the point where like for 10 months I lived somewhere where there was like a giant. It's hammering, like the sound of hammering. That thing is like what annoys me to no end. So the first place when I moved out where I lived, they were literally building something on the corner across from where I lived, and there was a giant hammer, like the size of a skyscraper, just pounding the ground every day for months and months. So this week, when again when focusing, now I'm in a quieter place, obviously. Out of nowhere, hammering just starts. I'm like, really? I can't believe this. So I tried it. I tried doing the hierarchy thing just to see if this was like something that was motivated by an outside force, and it was. I was being pointed in again. I would see the beings pointing like, nope, that guy, that guy, that guy. I get to the top, and it wasn't as a massive being. It was something that was like much more normal in size. Told to back off, and I swear, like as soon as that happened, the hammering stopped. There was also sawing going on, and it moved immediately. It moved like just so far away where like I couldn't hear it anymore. It's like it's so weird how like the connection between like physical reality and that type of thing. Now I know I didn't imagine that, but it's so weird to have a confirmation like that and still be like, really, did that really just happen? Or am I just like, is this a coincidence? Although, I don't believe in coincidences. So has that ever happened to you where like physically something is happening, in the moment, and you'll do that, and then it stops?
Yeah. Way more than you can imagine to me and other people. Like I used to like, okay, I'm gonna try to stream some video games or do this and that, and every time I was trying to make a video or stream, my neighbors start drilling. I turn off everything and I'm okay, I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna just like do something else. Stops. Alright, I'm gonna make it starts. I'm like so like here, for example, like this apartment. I go in some other apartment quiet, like everyone's like feeling like, oh yeah, we have old people living here, like it's gonna be quiet, it's gonna be like, great, I'm gonna make a video. Starts drilling. I'm like, I go to America, country house. City is like further away, like quiet. Hey, I can make a video. Road construction at 5 fucking p.m. Out of nowhere, they just decided to come there and like, okay, fine. So that happens to me a lot, like with like that kind of thing, but not just like a. It doesn't have to be just that. Like I have a lot of people who have similar issues. Like, okay, finally they're getting better in their life and they have a lot of information to share and stuff. Everyone ignores the person. Finally, like you start doing good. You want to connect with people. Everyone, parents don't answer, siblings don't answer, your loved ones don't answer. No one is paying attention to you. You turn everything off and like fuck you all. All of them come over and trying to talk to you. You try to say something, everyone ignores. So like, there's a lot of those things that like keep happening to me and other people. And like you, I was like, okay, what's causing it all? What's causing all this drilling? Why am I always interrupted? And sure enough, I find beings who are actually projecting thoughts and like intentions to other beings. Like like a person can just sit on the couch, watch TV, and I'm gonna make a video, and that thing's like, stop her, and he's gonna take a drill and fucking like drill the wall. Like and he gets the intention, and she's just gonna do it. Why not? So like, there's a lot of those cases where they know what's gonna happen when we do good. They know what we're about to do because like they're monitoring us 24/7 inside out. They're gonna target us to stop us in every possible way, and they triggered us. They stopped us. You say it this time, so like next time we start doing it, like they have to target again. You stop, quiet, all good. Like we stop and good. Everyone calm down, like go do your stuff. You go back on your thing, like they target you. So if you're able to spot who it is who's causing it all, and you can take care of the leaders and stuff like that, you're good. Like they're not gonna mess with you, at least that specific group, but they know how powerful you are. So one group will be exchanged with the other, and there's probably always something going on.
Oh yeah, definitely. So um, I mean, I'm sure they monitor from different places. you got the astral, you got you know, like you said, the parallel worlds. Um, Obviously, there's the moon, right? Now, I don't know if you've seen this video online. There's a couple people that have it. One of them in particular on YouTube. It shows this shows the moon with a. It's kind of like the refresh rate on a monitor. You see this line go up, and it kind of like. Have you seen that with the moon? It's kind of like this weird
Yeah.
projection in front of it. What is that? Is that the? Is that the? Are they projecting like some kind of I don't know what, like the image of the moon behind what's actually going on? Is it to block ships from view? Like what's going on with that?
Yeah. So one thing, like you mentioned, like blocking ships from view, but other thing, they might have bases, they might have a lot of movement there, they might have a lot of things going on. Oh shit! Make a cover screen. Like it's like a green screen. You know, like they're gonna be like
Yeah.
behind the scenes working on their stuff, and like, oh look, the moon. Nah, it's like a holographic projection. But that's like one scenario. The other thing, like some people get out of body and they're gonna check the moon or if the Earth is flat and different kind of things. There are tons of realities, and you can one time tune in like to this is what the moon looks like, and next time you accidentally go to different reality, and every time the moon and different places will look different. So our experience, like, well, I don't know what the hell is going on because each time I go out there, it's different. So it's actually like quite a lot of work for some people to tune into specifically this reality and get out in like one straight line, and now you see the whole picture. But yeah, like there's a lot of people might like go and check out the moon and they will have different information which like it doesn't match, and everyone's like, hey, you're lying, no, you're lying, you're like, no, everyone experiences the truth from their own point of view. It's just like we might not have the same experience or the same reality, and that's another thing.
Hmm. Consensus reality. So I mean, right now we're in a consensus reality, right?
Yeah.
So if you, and this actually comes back to shared experiences, because when you get out, is it so that, is it set up so that you go somewhere, like you said, you see one reality and someone else sees another reality? What if you want to both see the same reality? What if you have, what if you want to, if you have a group of people that want to experience the same reality when they get out of body or meet up outside of body? That has been something that has always fascinated me, because I've read about, you know, shared dreaming and that type of thing.
Yeah.
So how is that? How can that be made possible?
It's like having similar beliefs and at the same time the agreement of everyone, okay, all of us will go on this straight line. And for example, like I have my own personal experience where I was in a group of like people who were in the Uber bootcamp that Rich created, and there were like 20, 30 people, and for example all of us connect into one like seminar, like say let's say instead of Zoom we use Skype, or let's like that was called Uvu at the time, and a lot of people would sit in one place. Everyone has the ability to get out of body and practice things, and Rich would be the one giving the command. It's like playing D&D and you have the master and he's gonna guide the game. So Rich would be the one saying, okay, all of us are gonna visit the ship, and he has a scenario of what we're gonna do. Everyone else is like, okay, they close their eyes, they relax, and they go there. And he's gonna guide people, say like, okay, now go visit this room. Oh, let's go this one. And people will open their eyes, and most of the experience matches. Like, oh yeah, we waved to each other, we had a conversation. They were not doing anything in the physical. They were not talking. They were not sharing information. They were not like did not have notes. Everyone's in a different part of the world. But when they open their eyes and start talking, all of these experience matches. So that's one thing. But we also have the early Gnostics, where there were also a group of people who had the ability to get out of body, and they would get out, learn a lot of things, and come back and bring the information. And then eventually, with the dark forces, we're gonna take that information, make it a bit different, make it into Christianity, make it into other things, and from then out it evolves. But all of those beliefs, if you go back and like way earlier, they were still people who, like as a group, they would get out of body, learn together, do things together, come back, share the knowledge, see like, okay, our experience does matches, how is it possible? And so like different individuals hadn't talked about a thing, went out, had the same experience. So it's definitely a thing, totally possible.
What's cool is that I feel like well, I mean, I'm, you know, not 1,000 years old, but I feel like it's that type of thing is re-emerging, right? I mean, because like every, your circle is doing it, you know, something I want to do. I find it interesting how those types of things never went away. you know, and they're coming again, they're coming out again. So that's a good thing, you know, positive
Yeah.
thing. Hopefully, if no one's messing too much with the
Sure.
information.
Yeah. I mean, like with the New Age movement, there's like trying to move like like certain ideas and intentions, but most people that are awake like can see through it and it's actually like, oh yeah, like like it's trust yourself and different stories. Like it's okay if it does not match with your reality. Like like I think like the biggest thumbs up I have is that like I'm being like very open to all the possibilities. Where like like people say like, oh, I experienced this and this and this, and a lot of people like tend to judge each other and call each other liars or they don't agree with each other. For me, like everything is true because everyone experienced that from their own point of view, from their own reality. And accepting everything, I can go and check out things on my own. But also when I meet people out there, I can ask them questions and like get information like, hey, wow, like I like learned something new and what you've said confirmed what other people said here on Earth, and like that's like my way of learning.
Cool.